Alright, hello, I am AVAnswer and we return beyond the Death Gate. This wonderful adventure game by Legend. This was released in 1995 and we will continue where we last left off, having made friends with both the prince and the princess. In fact, we have acted as a matchmaker between the two. This is a very late night stream for me, but hey, I wanted to get back to doing a little bit of adventuring. I've been spending a lot of time getting things set up for Friday's 12-hour stream, so things ran a bit late. Great to meet you, Doctor. How are you doing? Oh, Nene! Oh no! You subbed for, you have indeed thrown in a sub. Thank you very much for the support, very much appreciated. Are you looking to see some Tetris? I can try and see if I can make it work with the retro streaming setup as well. I should theoretically have a working system for that. Wow, why is Tetris doing full screen stuff now? Let's make that too. Oh, well, thank you, Nene, for the 25k points as well. Yeah, this is my fourth anniversary celebration, saying I've given people the opportunity to stop me from doing the thing that I was going to do and playing some Tetris instead. So, I'm gonna try and make that work right now, Nene. But yes, it is good to see you, Doctor. How are you doing? In for the wonderful adventures? Okay, it would be good if my controller actually woke up. Would probably be helpful. Come on. Alright, we will have a little bit of scuff due to Tetris here. I haven't had the time to actually confirm that this setup works. Theoretically it will. Might not. Oh, for crying out loud, controller, please connect. First of all, I must defeat the USB monster. Okay, my gamepad is not making happy sounds. Alright, well, let me see if I can swap things over either way. Let's deal this with one problem at a time. Alright, this is gonna work. Oh, look at that! That's the right display. That's the display we were looking for. Now if I can yeet a little bit of Tetris in here. Hey, Pioneer News, great to see you as well. More Death Gate, hooray! Yes, it is a really nifty adventure and an interesting storyline, to be sure. Apparently, first we will be doing a little bit of Tetris, courtesy of Nene. You're home from work, Dr. Nice. It is good to be home, I imagine. Okay. Is streaming cool? Does the control work? Hey, the control works! Nice. Turns out, if you're awake when I stream, you can build up a watch streak. That's true. That is an actual thing that can happen, and pretty cool. I've been wondering if I introduce the Tetris routine to try and reduce some of your enormous channel points. Well, in a word, yes. Not only yours, but yes, also yours. It's an effort to have people something fun to use their points on. Some Binary is asking how many points Nene has. That's a dangerous question, Binary News. That is a very dangerous question indeed. Wow, this is an interesting mix of audio right now that's occurring here. I don't know if there's any way for me to like turn off the game from the background. Well, cool. That's yeah, that's still something. At least I'm able to do this. I wasn't entirely sure if it would work. I might... I don't know, I could mute the one of the voice audio interfaces in a little bit. Let me actually do that real quick, because that's a little weird. Yeah, we're also getting... You're not getting the Deathgate audio. Okay, well, that's cool. That's probably for the better. That's probably for the better for you. Let me just... Wait, is there any way for me to mute this? Cool. Alright, now I don't have to listen to it at the same time. Are you getting the Tetris audio, Nene? But yeah, Doctor, how was your work anyway? No Tetris either. Alright, this is gonna be scuffy because this is the first time that I'm actually trying to do retro stream. Alright, that might fix it. Then he still has 385,000 points. Jeez. That's a lot of points. Thank you so much for the support and just being here. I am making terrible mistakes on stream, but that's nothing new, I suppose. Alright, I'm gonna try and get my focus a little bit here and get a little bit of flow going with Tetris. So I can continue with some Deathgate. Ah, there's a place for them. Goes in the square hole. Work's been real rough with a new guy. Oh, before a new guy. Ah, but now you have a new guy. Nice. So you got a additional pair of hands. 3 people are doing 2.5 human resources worth of job. Nice. You got to go home early. That's awesome. I am very happy to hear it. That is indeed a good day. We've got 200,000 binaries. Holy heck. Oh my goodness. Thank you also for hanging out so much on my stream. It is amazing. Very, very appreciated. It's great to have the company. Alright, we're getting there. So I've been doing a little bit of practice with Tetris. I'm still pretty bad at it, but I am slowly picking up some tricks. get 250k before spending points on Tetris a few streams ago. Good times. That does make for some very good times indeed. I'm going to be learning a lot of Tetris, it feels like, in general, after having made this possible. It's gonna real fun. It's very funny to me as well. Alright, that's my classic move. But there's also an alternative move that I just learned recently. Let's see if we can do one later on. We can do a setup for it. I've been finding that Tetris has a lot more depth to it than like it just feels from the get-go. Also, my well is in the wrong place. Yeah, it's fine. We'll just make do for now. $100k lighter, Nene? After the Tetris redeems activated? Nice. I'm very happy to have brought in something that people seem to be having fun with. That was the the big gist of it. I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. Ooh, look at that. I've been learning something. I think that just goes there. I'd like to have something else. Okay, this one goes here, here. Alright, so this is the second level of the two. I gotta remember which ones I've put in storage. And when is a good time for them. That's also one of the things that I'm trying to improve in. Oh, that was a little... Actually, that's not too bad. Let's gonna just do this. That actually kind of works. Interesting. Wait. 385,000? Lene? Holy heck. That's amazing. There we go. That's 2 levels down. Alright, let's hop back into Deathgate and we can solve different kinds of puzzles. Alright, this is kind of funky because I'm having to do all the scene swapping basically in hardware. This is not my usual setup. But it's actually kind of working. Look at that! We're back! Do we still have audio? We do not, so I need to time I swap. That's cool. Well, I can actually set auto reset on for it right now. That's fine. Nice. All right. And I need to unmute the audio. There we go. Cool. All right. Let's get back to the Deathgate. Anyway, how are you doing, Binary News? I haven't had a lot of time to think about this puzzle since I've been busy with like stream prep for the 12-hour stuff. It God, it's surprising amount how much work there is in trying to make things work on a real hardware and a 486. So we got the nut meat the last time. And we have the toadstools. Those are some new items that we gotta work with. One of our goals was to heal the princess and make her cough go away. Salve is healing salve, but it doesn't work. It only works on things like cuts. You have a random arrow. We can shoot it. Okay, this does not feel quite right, but I'm going to check. Shoot the arrow at the animal? That I don't think we have a good reason to do that. Or you don't have anything to shoot the magic arrow with. Cool. We need a bow. We need a magical bow, or maybe an ordinary bow will do. Actually, who knows? Thank you very much for the follow. It is lovely to have you here. Yeah, I always like making more adventure friends. Yeah, these games are extremely chill for me. I absolutely adore adventure games. And it's so much fun to be able to actually share them on the real 486 and the synthesizers for that matter. Maybe there is something else we need to do first. We have the staff from the elf prince. Yes, we have the staff, and we have also the sword. We're missing the dwarven hammer. I'm curious if you need to go and charge the zinger. Probably over here. Let's see, what did the map say? It's north for the oh, this tree stump is here. Do we have something we can do with the tree stump now? It's a bit random. Put the arrow in the stump. Why not? And we do have the dwarf that's trapped here. We can't get close because the titans are going to get very angry if you do that. We definitely need that dwarven girl. All she does is tell us to get out of here, though.
Get out of here!
That's right. There are giants everywhere. Usually they're not very aggressive, but you must have done something. What do we do with random things like the nut meat? Like, these feel like they go into some sort of a concoction. And we have the pink plant as well. It's also edible, supposedly. Also, Nene is the non-awful Nene. Don't believe that for an instant. She is absolutely wonderful. She's so generous with her time and helping people out. And knows so much, for that matter. She's helped me so much with all my streams. I don't see a clear, like the the way to solve this situation is to be able to cure the human princess's cough or the cold. Alright, I think maybe we need to do something else still in the ship or in the general area. Can we actually leave? I'm kind of curious. We might actually go and see if we can charge the zinger. Oh, we can't. All right. So we only need to consider Pryan, the Fire Realm, as a part of our solutions here. So that's good. That cuts down a lot of the solving tree here, so to say. We do have a lot of trees. All right, let's get back to the tree city and check out if we missed something there. I feel like that's something that you do, Binary News. You dropped in Tetris Redeem as soon as I got back into DevKit. I mean, that's just funny, right? That doesn't make you terrible in any way. I have, in fact, opted into Tetris. Binary News advocates for cannibalism because it's funny. Oh dear. It's not a thing that I advocate on this stream. It's not good for you in many ways. Alright, so we can't talk to them. They cannot help us in making any kind of a concoction. Maybe if we go and... Okay, alright, wait, didn't we throw the disc down? No, this is not the one that we threw, it was the black disc that we threw. I think children probably don't help. No. Alright. Let's swing over. We have blue flowers. Tell you what, let's kind of pick up some more blue flowers. Don't need any more of them, alright. How about yellow flowers? Had enough of the foul-smelling plants. No one could convince you to pick anymore. Ah, you started doing that just to mess with Cinnamon Row? Okay, Binary News, I'm vaguely curious. Why though? Alright, Safe Nav is up here, right? And then we have the dragon. Can we talk to the dragon now? Dragon is not feeling very talkative.
If it isn't my favorite patron in all of Pryan, what can I do for you?
Well, that's a dubious honor, but thank you.
I have had enough. Goodbye, Sartan.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say I'm
appropriate
sorry to
voice.
see you go, Haplo. But take care. You have many trials ahead of you. The fate of the world rests on your shoulders.
That's interesting for them to attribute it to us as a Sartan. Out of the hands of the Sartan. Haplo's got to do it now. Alright, I don't think there's anything we can gain from Safe Nab. I don't think there's nothing we can gain from the door. It feels like the only stuff that's active at this point of the game is back at the Citadel. But it is important to check that we aren't missing anything. I don't think I'm gonna go down into the pen right now. Pretty sure we cleared all of things from there. Alright. Alright, that was good to narrow down our options a bit. I don't think we've missed anything there. I think we should probably have everything we need. As strange as that is, can we cast magic on the human princess? Heat? Dispel the cold? This is like very far-fetched logic. The princess blushes. The prince, assuming that her sudden color has something to do with him, smiles. Oh boy. Well, we did get a line out of it, if nothing else. It's actually pretty simple. You like dark humor, but most dark humor has the potential to be triggering to people. Whereas cannibalism, cannibalism are very dark, but still not a problem people encounter in real life. Fair. Okay, so you've kind of eliminated a lot of those type of things, and you picked something that is kind of like out there and ridiculous. I see, okay, I understand. Fair enough. That does help a little bit with the context. Okay, require. All right, we have a order of business here. Door requires dwarf. Let's see. We need door, dwarf, cold, princess. Music. Titans. A dwarf. Okay, the door is the end point basically for us. Dwarf opens the door. Princess allows us music, which solves the Titan's problem. Titan's problem currently is allowing, or it's blocking us from the dwarf. So the first problem that we need to solve here for this chain of events is curing the cold of the princess. Okay, so that's what we focus on.
Greetings, my friend.
Would you mind doing me a favor?
A favor? Certainly. What is it?
Can you scratch my back right here? No, Haplo, no. The music is what we need.
Nothing right now. Maybe later.
All right.
My role in your romance was nothing, dear
oops.
princess.
On the contrary, it means
Okay.
everything to me. I am not blind to what the consequences of our union can mean to our races as well. If we
With
unite
B
our
major.
peoples, this could usher in a new age of peace. You are largely responsible for that.
Hey, we actually got some recognition.
Thanks, Princess. That's all I have to say.
Sure.
Greetings, Backpack Princess. Yeah, just carrying her around. Both her and the prince. Okay, okay, the toadstools are a large question mark. We haven't, like, found anywhere to get a recipe from. But I feel like we need to make a cough syrup of some sort somehow. Maybe we can convert the salve into something else. This is, oh, this is the Brotherhood book. Okay, don't need that. Was there any information in the, not the handbook, in the Book of Patryn about herbs and medicine and things? This is mostly like the failures of the Sartan, the book. It's also a little bit about the Titans. There's a tune. I don't think it had anything about... Yeah, I don't think there's anything about medicine here. Why do we have the arrow? What is the arrow for? Okay, so the weird items that we have... let's put them in the list as well. Okay, we have the nut meat. Toadstools. Arrow. And the pink plant. Does that get us anywhere? Except for me dropping my notes on the floor. Almost, I did catch them. Not meat. Alright, let's... I can't enter the citadel yet. Let's go over here to this friend here. Alright, so what if we... How about if we just give the nut to the animal? I think it's just... They're just gonna eat it, right? He tosses the nut meat up to the animal. It snatches the meat out of the air and sniffs it carefully. Its face screws up in disgust and smells the residue of the yellow flowers. Obviously, its sense of smell is much keener than yours. Either that, or it's just more picky. It hurls the nut meat at your head and gets a direct hit. Critical hit! The meat bounces off and falls to the ground where you retrieve it. Well, that was worth it. Alright, well that eliminates one possibility. Toadstools to animal, I don't think that's... Doesn't look anything remotely like the animal's favorite food, pays no attention to them. Fair. Like, I feel like we need to like... we could poison the meat with something else still, but maybe the meat can't be used anymore because... It's got the stink flower on it, so I think it's always gonna get rejected. So maybe there's nothing to do with this animal anymore. She's taking off the poor animal's food supply. The shell we used for fire. I'm starting to think that this scene might not be useful. Maybe the elf can...
Yes, my friend.
Our elf
What
prince
I do
can
for you?
maybe do something helpful for us. Okay,
Nothing
no.
right now, but stick with me.
Sure.
Okay, can we actually select them? Yes. Give the give the elf balloons to the animal. This is a great plan. Or maybe we can have one of these two distract the titans. That's kind of like my current thinking. Elf prince, yeah, go mess with the titans. No, not on the vines either. You've got the sword, princess. Use it.
Yes,
Do you have anything to say here? No.
Nothing right now, but stick with me.
Sure.
Okay, maybe we need to do this to make it possible to
Would you mind doing me a favor?
A favor?
realize for the game to realize that we actually have a step that we need to do. Because that's sometimes the thing in adventure games is that you can be ahead of the game by a step and it will not allow you to solve a problem because it thinks that like you haven't found it yet. So let's try and have her play the music.
Take a look at this book. It has some written music in it. I'd like to know if you could play it.
This is incredible. It's music from the ancients. What an amazing find. Would you like me to play it?
Oh yes, I would. And she takes a look at the. She takes a book from you and gently flips through it. As soon as she comes across the written music, her eyes brighten. Yes, start playing it now if you would.
Yes, start playing it now if you would.
Very well. Just tell me when to stop.
But she's not gonna be able to do that, probably. The princess lifts the flute to her lips. A haunting, hypnotic melody emerges. Okay, are we able to do it? Cut the vines. Cut the vines with what? Cut the vines with the shear. You sleep next to a struggling dwarf and pull out the garden shear. The princess's melody appears to keep the giants at bay while you saw to the dwarf's bindings. I was expecting her to just cough while playing. The vines fall away just as the princess coughs and stops playing the flute. Well, that's what I was expecting. The forest erupts with the towering brutes all racing towards you with murder in their eyeless faces. This is not a good situation. Okay, things got real dangerous. You grab the dwarf's hand and sprint off to south. The crowded forest falls away, and when your party finally has reached the clearing, you notice that the giants have stopped following you. Lucky us. The dwarf girl gasps for breath. Her legs were obviously made for negotiating much shorter distances. After she recovers, she looks up at you. Naturally, you expect the small creature to overwhelm you with gratitude. What? Haplo, come on. Come on, Haplo. I mean, I guess it would be reasonable for her to have, like, some gratitude, but that's a bit rich.
Why did you rescue me?
Why did you rescue me? Were you having such a good time being bound to the tree? Why wouldn't we? Would you rather be back on that tree? There we go.
Would you rather be back on that tree?
Of course not. My arms are still tingling. Those giants are anything but gentle. You didn't answer my question, though.
Why wouldn't we?
Why wouldn't we?
It just doesn't happen. We haven't even seen an elf for generations, and the humans we have seen have been content to keep as far from us as possible. It suits us fine. Humans and elves can keep their petty wars to themselves as far as we're concerned.
Racial relations are not doing great. Anything but gentle indeed, Nene. But for now, let's see if we can make her a little bit more friendly. Make her come about to our cause, hopefully. Alright, because you were in trouble, everyone should help out those in need. Oh my god, that line is absolutely horrible. Yeah, no.
Because you were in trouble. Everyone should help out those in need.
Wow, you really helped me just because I needed help? That's so nice. I don't believe it.
Haplo's just a nice guy. She wipes away a tear, snaking down her sideburns. Oh, she's very moved.
It's a custom among my people to give a favor in return for one.
Excellent.
Especially one as significant as saving a life. All you have to do is ask.
Have you got a hammer? But yeah, I was earlier on expecting there to be a block from us using the flute on the Titans because of the princess's cough, but apparently that just wasn't a deal at all. Sometimes it's easy to convolute things even more than they need to be. Alright, so, that's fine, but could I talk with you a while before I ask for anything?
That's fine, but could I talk with you a while before I
Yes,
ask for
Daisy.
anything?
Of course. What do you want
They
to
are
talk
some very
about?
rough Titans. Also good to see you in the chat. Actually, I'm curious, how did you get captured?
How did you get captured?
I wandered into the forest of giants when I shouldn't have. I just wanted to see them. Everyone told me that they were actually
Curiosity.
bigger than humans. I didn't believe it until they jumped out of the trees and grabbed me. The giants don't bother anyone unless you go into their forest. They're pretty touchy about that. I'm just lucky they tied me up instead of stepping on me.
Okay, I don't know what she was actually looking for in the forest, but this is starting to go pretty heavy into the king territory. Do they normally squash intruders?
Do they normally squash intruders?
That's what the elders say, and no one's ever said differently.
And you just
I thought
wandered into the
maybe they were
forest.
Exaggerating just to keep us out of the forest, but maybe not. At least they only tied me up.
Lucky you! Ha! Okay, tell me what you know about these
Tell me
giants.
what you know about these
I'm
giants.
just trying to
Many
keep a straight
generations
face.
ago, my ancestors dug their tunnels here. When they emerged from the ground to have a look around, they encountered the giants. They weren't friendly, and definitely not especially happy to meet us. Mayhem broke out. The dwarves weren't used to war, but they were quick studies. They forged weapons and battled the giants for years.
So this is interesting because they were digging around. Were they digging around inside trees or all the way at the ground level? Because we are miles up in the canopy right now.
One day, the giants suddenly stopped fighting. They drew back into the forest and remained there. As long as we stayed out, they left us alone. We keep the store of weapons in a vault, though, ready just in case the giants change their minds and attack. We also have an interesting legend about the giants.
An interesting legend, you say? But alright, the vault is something that we need to get into because that's probably where the useless golden hammer is kept.
Tell me the legend of these giants.
According to legend, the giants are the children of the Shining City. They lived inside it and were very happy, but they always wondered what lay outside of the city's walls. One day they snuck out. The city discovered them missing. It was furious that its children had left it, so as punishment it took away their eyes and closed its doors, leaving them outside. The Shining City became dark in its sorrow.
Well, this is the dwarven side of the legend that we have read in the books, and as you know, things would have it, it's not exactly correct. The Sartan is basically like just the Titans out there and like, hey, hang out in the forest, away from the races. Until you're needed. And they had no eyesight in the first place, because that's Sartan's for you. And the Shining City never was activated in the first place. This is an interesting viewpoint, like, they made up their own history to try and explain things.
The giants moved into the forest nearby. They hoped that one day the city would reopen its doors and let them
That
in.
much is right.
The only memory of their time inside was a gem that one of them had brought with them. They cherished that memory and guarded it jealously.
Okay. Alright, the Titans brought a gem with them. This gem may be something that we need. I'm not entirely sure what the function of it is yet.
One day the city's heart grew lonely. It decided to forgive its errant children and invite them to return, so it began to shine again. If the giants had seen it, they would have rushed home. But the city had taken their eyes and they couldn't see the beckoning light. So they remain inside the forest, waiting for a call that came long ago. And the city waits for its children who will never return.
Ah, they made up a very tragic story about it.
We dwarves believed that if only we could lead the giants back to the city, they would go in and leave the forest to us. We know that they are guarding the gem at the center of the forest. A few brave dwarves have entered the forest in hopes of stealing the gem and bringing it to the Shining City. The giants would follow the gem, and when they came upon the city, it would open its doors to them and they would go back home.
Okay, this is how basically the dwarves got squashed. We have a secret weapon in form of the song, but it's unreliable right now. What do you know about the gem?
What do you know about the gem?
Supposedly, it's huge and crystal and has strange writings on it.
Oh,
Actually, it's not supposed to be all that valuable. Crystal's not worth much. You'd figure that something they guarded so fiercely would be worth more.
okay. It might be... what's it called again? Basically, the keystone. Which might gain us access to another realm.
Has anyone ever been able to take the gem?
A long time ago, a dwarf named Lungput the Swift ventured into the forest. Somehow he made it to the center, into a clearing, and there, lying on the ground, he discovered the gem. He grabbed it and bolted
Just left it
for
lying on the
city.
ground.
Well, the giants followed him all right, but they caught him before he got anywhere near the city. He tried hiding behind trees and rocks anywhere out of sight, but the giants homed in on him as if he were a
Giants don't
beacon.
need eyes.
They took back their gem and squished poor Lungput. Since then, no one's ever come back out of the forest once they went in.
Okay, so they really got angry.
How far did you make it inside? Did you actually see the gem?
No, I never got anywhere near it. I didn't even mean to go as far as I did. One step inside the forest was enough for these big bullies. They grabbed me and tied me up. Didn't even say a word.
Haplo, you have the worst lines.
Enough about these giants.
All right, what else do you want to know?
Okay, do you know anything about the golden hammer? That will come in real handy right now.
Do you know anything about a golden hammer?
A golden hammer. I'm not sure. Wait, I think there's a golden hammer in the weapons vault. A few years ago, there was a false alarm. We thought that the Titans were attacking, so the elders ordered that the vault be opened. Everyone took up weapons and headed towards the forest. At that point, we realized we had been tricked. Some child got his rear tanned, and everyone went to replace their weapons.
And the golden hammer was lost, I assume?
I was one of the first in the vault, and I noticed a golden hammer shoved way in the
Okay.
back. No one had taken it.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
looked at it to find
Good.
out why. The weight was all wrong, and I determined that it was actually forged of gold. Can you believe
Oh,
it? A soft metal
Sartan,
like
you
gold,
idiot.
One strong blow and the thing would flatten. I don't understand why anyone ever made such a useless weapon.
Well, I guess it has the benefit that it was basically just tossed at the back of the vault and was never lost, like thrown into a pit or anything like that, like the elves did. Is there any other way to get into the vault?
Is there any other way into the vault?
Absolutely not. Dwarves are masters at tunneling. We made the vault impossible to tunnel into by lining it with fire-hardened metals. There's no way in unless it is opened.
And maybe the hammer wasn't meant to be used as a weapon.
Maybe the hammer wasn't meant to be used as a weapon.
Why would someone forge a hammer unless it was meant to be used? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, that's scathing criticism, alright. Let's see if we can get her to get it.
Do you think you could get it for me? That could be my favor.
I don't think so. The only time the vault is open is in response to an attack by the giants. They never make exceptions. In fact, ever since the false alarm, they are more careful than ever to verify that the attack is genuine. They don't want dwarves harming themselves or others, either by accident or deliberately, by using these weapons. Some of them are very dangerous.
So we basically need to stage an attack? I'm sure nothing could go wrong with that.
Could you go ask the elders if they'd make an exception? No one seems to want the hammer anyway.
I could ask, but I already
Looks dubious.
know the answer. Nothing is going to open that vault except an attack from the giants, and I really hope that doesn't happen in my lifetime. I'll go, though. Wait here. I'll be back soon.
Alright, well, thank you very much. The dwarf girl grabs the branch sticking out of the dead tree trunk and pulls it, in an intricate motion, which you take the time to memorize. In response, a hidden door pops open. Alright, we have an entrance into the a realm of the dwarves. Maybe they were tunneling inside the trees. She ducks inside and scuttles downward into a tunnel. And that is indeed the secret of the stump. Okay. I believe there was a there was a save the game also earlier on, and a stretch from AC. You know, I'm gonna do those now. Secret tunnel. There we go. Copying the movement of the young dwarf, you pull at the twisted branch sticking out of the stump. A door pops open. Inside, you see a narrow tunnel that leads straight down. Excellent. Alright, in we go. You climb inside the hollow stump, and I get the feeling that we never actually learned the dwarven girl's name, which is a little bit weird and a little bit off. But you quickly realize that the dwarven tunnel is far too narrow for her girth. Indeed, it is probably too narrow for any race, save the dwarves themselves. You clamber out of the trunk and brush yourself off. From the open door in the stump steps the dwarf girl, a little out of breath and dirtier for the trip. So we cannot follow, and then what is the purpose of knowing that then?
It's just as I thought. The elders agree that I should fulfill my obligation, but they cannot open the vault unless we are at war. Have you thought of anything else you want?
A war?
Do the elders have any ideas?
No, they're still getting over the idea that I owe a favor to a human.
Well, that's also a misconception. You owe a favor to a Patryn. But we're not really advertising that. Could you take me to talk to them? Maybe I could convince the elders. I don't think we can fit
Could
in
you
though.
take me to talk to them? Maybe I could convince the elders.
You don't know the elders. We tend to be a fairly stubborn people, and the elders are about as stubborn
Of
as
course.
they come. Besides, I don't think you would be able to fit inside the tunnel. Being little comes in handy sometimes.
I need to shrink Haplo.
I don't know about anything else. Perhaps we should talk a bit more.
Fine with me.
Can you tell me anything about the building to the south?
Can you tell me anything about that building to the south?
Sure. It's the great shining city. No one ever enters and no one ever leaves. The front doors are closed and nothing can open them. We've even tried tunneling in. We just bounced off the floor. It's made of something we've never encountered before.
Cool, I actually did something right.
Tell me more about those giants.
Not my favorite subject, considering I was almost plant food, but go ahead anyway.
Okay,
Enough
maybe
about
not.
these giants.
Maybe
All
not.
right. What else do you want to know?
Where do you live?
Why, right here. Well, under here, anyhow. We dwarves prefer to live underground. We have a network of tunnels that
Under
run for
tree?
miles in all directions.
I feel like it's more under tree here. Okay. So we need to figure out some way to cause a Titan attack. Great.
Let me introduce you to my companions.
The small dwarf greets your companions. The prince bows graciously. The dwarf looks a little reserved, perhaps wondering if he's making fun of her height. She says a few words, and the prince appears a little taken aback by the dwarf's gruff and direct comments. But they speak a bit more, and soon they are laughing and enjoying each other's company. This is great. The dwarf girl soon turns to the princess, and after initial pleasantries, the princess lapses into a coughing fit. Ah, maybe we can find a way here to heal her.
That's a nasty cough you've got there, princess. But I know a surefire remedy.
Excellent.
It only requires 4 ingredients, and I've got one of them with me. Let's see. You'll need some dead man's friend, the meat from a zuzu nut, the roots of the plith plant, and the dried herbs that I carry.
Alright, so this is the recipe, and now we actually find out how to put all the ingredients together. So we've got the nut meat. That's already good. Dead man's friend might be the toadstools. Root of the plith plant. We have some sort of a plant. What the heck is a dead man's friend? He does have root access, that's true. Access to all the roots.
What the heck is Dead Man's Friend?
It's a fungus.
Yes.
A toadstool that tends to grow under carrion. Dead bodies. That's why it's known as dead man's friend.
Okay, well, yeah, that is where we found it. I think we might have everything.
Where am I going to find a plith plant?
They're not rare. You should be able to find them anywhere.
Pink flowers.
Have pink flowers. If you see those, just pull up the whole plant. You should get the roots along with everything else.
And indeed we did. And the zuzu nut, I believe, is the nut
Can you
meat.
tell me about the zuzu nut?
The nut is named after the zuzu, a shy animal that survives on a diet of just the meat of the nut. It's considered a delicacy, and it's very hard to come by. The nut's shell is incredibly thick. It's almost impossible to open. The zuzu has to be very strong just to crack them. I think you'll find a grove of the nuts off to the west. Good luck in getting at the meat.
It's kind of funny that we solved all of these puzzles without having any idea what we would be using them for. And we're already good. Alright, can I have those herbs?
Can I have those herbs?
Sure, I've got them here somewhere.
She paws through her dusty garments and emerges holding a handful of dried herbs. Smiling, she hands them over to you. What are you supposed to do with all these things?
What are you supposed to do with all of these things?
Just feed them to her. It all ends up in the same place.
Just make her eat all these things.
That nasty cough.
It'll mix up inside. It'll mix up inside, it's fine. Don't bother to make it into like a salve or anything. Just bite into these roots. Just eat this nut. Have some toadstool to go with it and like wash it down with a dead man's friend. I mean, like, the toadstool is the dead man's friend anyway, so that goes. I guess I'll ask this.
You think that this favor would make us even?
You think a simple
Yeah, beer-stricken?
compliment is worth my life? I owe you far more than that. You keep thinking about what you need. This is just being friendly.
Excellent. We have indeed made a friend.
Can we talk about some other things?
Sure.
I would like
Could
to
we
get
go
off this
back to
topic.
the subject of the golden hammer again?
What do you need?
Alright, this is getting us nowhere. The only thing I need is the golden hammer. Could you go and try and get it?
This is getting us nowhere. The only thing I need is the golden hammer. Could you go try again to get it?
Nothing's going to change.
She huffs
But
in
if it will
frustration.
make you happy, I'll go back in and
I'm
rack my
sorry,
brains.
dwarf friend,
I'll
you're not
try
giving me any
everything.
other options.
I won't come back out until I've got it.
Alright, well,
Don't
she's
get your
gone.
hopes up.
Okay, well, she's gonna be in place to get it when the wall opens when we cause a calamity. Great. Very well, if you do somehow get the hammer, meet me at this shining city. I need to do something with it there.
Very well. If you do somehow get the hammer, meet me at the
And you do need the
shining
dwarf
city.
as well with
I
it.
need you to do something with it there.
Dwarf girl slips back into the hollow stump and closes the door behind her. It's great that she has absolutely no idea what she's about to, I don't know, set loose in this world. There will be changes. Alright, well, I guess we start feeding the princess all kinds of stuff. Cool. How about you start off with some nut meat? The princess accepts the nut meat and gobbles it down, and that gives us 5 points. How about toadstools? This is an interesting lunch you're having. The princess accepts the toadstools and gobbles them down. Would you like some root with that? The princess accepts the pink plant and gobbles it down. Her purpose in life is now to eat things. Would you like to supersize that? The princess accepts the herbs and gobbles them down. After she finishes her snack, she looks up in surprise. She breathes deeply, but her lungs are clear. Her cough has disappeared. That's it. You heard it here. Just eat a bunch of random plants in the forest. If you've got a cold. Do not do that. Not meat is not a phrase that you like, Fire News. However, sore. Having Chaos, great to see you. A wave back to you as well. How are you? Things are going quite well. We are making some good progress. We figured out how to rescue a dwarven girl who is now indebted to us. And there is there's hopefully a golden hammer at the end of that line. A magic object that we require to open a citadel. How are you doing? Are you familiar with this game? We have a small party now. We've got elf prince and human princess with us. Alright, well, that reduces our items quite a lot. I think we continue north. The forest is unnatural still. There are no sounds of birds or animals. There is no wind. Well, let's add some music to it. Let's see. Journal, handbook. Let's talk to her.
Greetings, my friend.
Ah, you've never seen this game before. It is a fascinating story. It is an adventure game that I quite enjoy. They made a very interesting world. We are basically a representative of one of the 2 magical species or races, I guess, in this world. We are of the Patryn, and the Sartan are sworn enemies who have sundered the world. And they also decided that we should go into a labyrinth and leave us alone in it, while the labyrinth decided to basically go rogue and start killing us. So we're not very friendly with them. We're not very happy with the Sartan's approach. They have caused all kinds of other problems in the world as well. We have recently escaped, and we are attempting to ascertain the state of the world. Has been sundered basically into elemental planes, and we're currently in the plane of fire. And yeah, right now we're trying to unite the races of the elves, the dwarves, and the humans. It is a very neat story. This is actually it's loosely based on the book series of Deathgate, written by Margaret, Weiss, and Tracy Hickman, who are also known for Dragonlance, if that says something to you.
Would you mind doing me a favor?
A favor? Certainly. What is it?
Well, let's start playing the tune from the book.
Start playing the tune from that book I gave you?
Very well. Just tell me when to stop.
Ah, okay, fair enough. They were very, very popular fantasy books back in the day. They're quite a lot of fun. Alright, so now the princess is playing the song that should freeze the Titans in place. And let's see if we can actually pass into the forest, and hopefully no coughing fit will stop her music, which would put us in real danger. Alright, the further you move into it, the darker the forest becomes. You see more Titans scattered throughout the trees. The forest is thick and tall, allowing scant sunlight to break through. Something about it makes you uneasy. You could swear you could see the trees move, but when you examine them closely, they remain still. It's amazing that she can get all that out of out of just a flute. Wow, she's really talented. The forest is lousy with Titans. Okay. There are almost as many of the giants as there are trees. That might be why the trees seem to be moving. And we go deeper. The Titans have gathered around one tree here. High in its branches, you see something made of crystal. This is their defense measure against the dwarves. They put it up on a tree to protect it. Oh my goodness, that is precious. Well done, Titans. You have outsmarted the dwarves. Clearly. Oh, you see something all made of crystal high on the branches. Clearly the focus of the Titans' attention. We do not want to attack them. The Titans, silent and still, face a tree in the center of the clearing. The Titans were created by the Sartan, by the way, basically as a slave race, to work the infrastructure of the Citadel. I don't like it, and neither should you. Maybe we can grab the crystal fragment now. There's a branch here. Why is there a branch? One branch of the tree looks especially thin. You're certain it would not support your weight. The elf prince might be light enough? Maybe? No? She's gotta be playing. I am a little suspicious. Alright, well, climb the tree. You approach the dead tree, grab onto the lowest branch, and start to hold yourself up. The branch bends under your weight, and you realize that it would never support you. You release it and step back. Alright, so that is required for climbing it. How have you been anyways, Aven? It's been a bit. Alright, well, could we shoot it down? No, probably not. The crystal fragment is out of reach, nestled high in the branches of the dead tree. Cut the tree with a paring? There doesn't seem to be a suitable place to put the shear on the tree. Let's just talk to the elf prince then.
Yes, my friend? What can I do for you?
You might be light enough. Yeah, there's also this comment about him being scrawny, which I am avoiding. Yes, could you climb the tree and get that crystal?
Could you climb the tree and get that crystal?
All right, I'll be back in a moment.
Excellent. He's also a child, so his weight is much less than ours. And up he goes. The prince tiptoes around the unnaturally still giants, walks up the tree and grabs crystal fragment. He's pretty good at climbing, it seems. He climbs part of the way down, looks around nervously at the titans and drops heavily to the ground. He runs up and delivers the crystal to you, sweating and puffing. I believe we have found our war. The titans are going to be immensely pissed off when they notice that the crystal's gone. You've been good, Ivan? I am very happy to hear it. Work has you busy and traveling a lot. You'll be in ESA this summer? First time outside North America. ESA as in what exactly? Just to confirm? That's awesome though, if you're getting to see some... do a bit of traveling and see some different places. It can be really... very broadening in a cultural way, as well as like looking at your own culture and seeing things from a bit different perspective. And we have the crystal fragment. When you look closely, you notice the crystal object is a fragment, a piece of something larger. It might not have the full rune then. It is roughly octagonal and has the naming rune for the world of stone carved into it. You guess that is a fragment of a copy of the entire world seal carved from crystal. Okay, actually that is enough. Alright, we're gonna back out. And all pandemonium is going to break loose. Alright. Any titans that are out of the range of the song are going to start getting real antsy and real upset. We're gonna keep going. The further you move, alright, that's fine. We still have our sphere of protection from the music. And we have backed out. Exiting from the forest, you notice a deep rumbling behind you. You realize that the titans further in are probably out of range of the flute's melody. They've fallen out of thrall, noticed that their precious relic has been stolen, and started a rampage directly toward it, and, not coincidentally, you. They can't sense where it's at. That's fine though. If she can keep playing, then we are going to be able to have them fall short.
They're coming and they'll be here before you know it. The flute's no good anymore. When
Wait,
they find
what?
us with the relic, they'll tear us apart.
The relic!
Oh, that's my plan. Out the window. Through the booming of giant footsteps totally drowns out the melody. They're not listening. The princess stops playing and yells, yeah, that they're coming, etc. The prince thinks for a moment and exclaims, the relic, that's what they're really after, we've gotta get rid of it. Oh no! Oh no! I am about to commit a heinous crime, let's go! Pull the branch! Emergency dump crystal into the well! Have fun, dwarves! Here comes your war! You toss the crystal fragment into the hollow stump. You hear it thump against the sides as it falls deeper into the dwarven caves below. That's why we learned how to open it. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a huge mess. The titans come crashing through the forest, no longer concerned about you, no longer concerned about what they cross in their path. They totally ignore you and your companions and focus on the stump in the middle of the clearing. After a couple of attempts, they slowly begin to realize that even the smallest of their number is never going to be able to fit inside the dwarven tunnel. We most definitely accidentally a war finding news. Well, actually, we very intentionally a war in this case. Sadly, this is going to accomplish several goals. It's not a good way to go about it, but hopefully it will eventually end up in a better world for all of the races that live here. Oh, the European Speedrun Association. Oh, that's very cool. Even it's in Sweden. Nice. You're gonna be real close then, like one country away. Heck yeah. I'll make sure to wave at you. Just across a little pond. Although, this fact might have stopped someone even slightly smarter. The Titans aren't even slowed. With bare hands, they begin to excavate their own tunnel. The dwarf curses and battle cries float up from the hole. 10 points. And hey, we have caused a big problem. Compared to the silent, motionless tree-like state that you are accustomed to, these frantic, wild Titans are like tornadoes. They leave a swath of destruction throughout the forest as they search for their artifact. They're gonna be peaceful, they said. They're gonna hang out in the forest, they said. Nothing could go wrong with that plan. No, ever, not ever. Not the Titans. They couldn't harm the races. No. Oh boy. I feel like we shouldn't really be hanging around the Titans. I have no intention of attacking them. The dwarves can handle that. To beat us back out. If the vault's open now, which I assume is, maybe the dwarven girl will meet us at the door of the citadel.
I was standing there in the tunnels arguing with an elder about opening up the vault when the crystal gem dropped from above, right on the elder's head. I could even
Perfect.
hear the pounding of the giants trying to get inside the tunnel. The elder went crazy.
Perfect
Sounded the
timing,
alarm and
perfect
opened the
aim.
vault right then and there.
Nice! So she appeared from behind a bush. One country away doesn't sound close to your USA brain. Yeah, Europe's different. Europe is a whole different affair. You can visit a whole bunch of countries along the way.
I grabbed both the crystal gem and the golden hammer and took a back tunnel here. I guess that I could get rid of my obligation to you and lead the giants back to their home. Here's the hammer you
Oh, she got
wanted.
the crystal
I'm glad
gem
you
as
were able
well.
to repay you. Now all we have to do is wait for the giants to come home. They'll
Uh-huh.
arrive, the doors will open, and everyone will be happy.
Yes, everyone will be very happy. Thank you for the hammer, by the way. That's very appreciated. As hard as she tries, she can't conceal her fear at the pounding footsteps that get closer with every passing moment. This is like a hot potato. Except Texas. Oh, when you say one country away, you need to think one state away, except Texas. Yeah, that's pretty much appropriate, sizing-wise, yes. Yeah, we packed a lot of culture in a small space around these parts. Alright, let's see. You direct the three youngsters to put their respective symbols into the recesses on the citadel door. None of them grasp your meaning entirely. Well, you're about to change the world, but you assure them that all will be made clear shortly. We're magicians, clearly. We don't explain our reasons to anyone, it seems. When the last symbol is slid into place, the doors swing inward, revealing a gleaming city, an ancient city of the Sartan. It's pretty funny, we basically just fool the races into... Like, this is a lockpicking lawyer here, again. And, In this case, we had a race combination lock, and we just need to unify them together, get all the pieces in the right place at the right time. None of the races have actually properly unified, except like maybe in the future the humans and the elves might. I guess there's a start here, because the dwarven lady is also friends with the human and elf prince. Or princess and prince. Alright, we have an open door. Let's probably go inside in that case. I really deeply want to actually transfer the rune off the crystal, but I think maybe if we lead the Titans into the citadel, that might override their behavior, since they are going to be like with all the other Sartan artifacts. And that seems to be their focus right now. So we're gonna provide them with many more shinies, and they will hopefully forget about this particular one. The Titans arrive, legs pumping, but when they come upon the gaping doors of the citadel, they lose all interest in the crystal fragment. Ah, lucky us. Instead, they file into the city and take positions in front of massive machines as if they knew what they were doing. Well, sadly, they were pretty much programmed to do this. I would very much prefer to just like free them as a race of their own.
There's room enough for all of the races here. If we could live together, we could do it better than ever.
Yeah. If you could live together, you could do it better than ever. That's fair, and I hope you will. I really hope that the races will come together for real now. But it's also hilarious that there's enough space in this one city to hold all of the races in this fire realm. Either way, it seems that they do. A few minutes of tinkering and button pressing pass before the city comes to life. Lights flare and the entire citadel begins to hum pleasantly. The mensch, which in this case means all the races, wander in. Their eyes wide with wonder. Thinking about your quest, you regain the crystal fragments from the distracted dwarf. Excellent. I wouldn't be surprised if Texas was more than twice the size of Finland in terms of area. Texas is quite large. Alright, the races go on, but something else has attracted your attention. An archway only a few dozen feet inside the citadel is decorated by the fire seal piece. Interesting. Ah, there's the fire seal. Nice. But yes, the mensch as in people, rather than anything to do with, you know, Nazis or whatever. A flare just inside the citadel's gate catches your eye. You see Zifnab, coughing and ineffectually brushing soot from his robes. He looks up, sees you as well, and smiles. Oh, he's come home. Technically it's 2.05559 times the size. Fair enough. Yes, fire, Nene.
Haplo, my boy! I knew you could do it! They put their symbols into the face of a mysterious building without even knowing why. Quite an achievement if you ask me. That shows leadership qualities. You've inspired loyalty in these children. They trust you.
Yeah, we sure fooled them good. No, hopefully it's gonna be for the best of everybody on the long term.
Does your heart good to see them together, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
It's only for a little while,
Oh boy.
Good thing they don't know that you're just scouting for your lord. That soon he will destroy these children's lives for his dreams of conquest. That would just ruin their day. Better keep this between you and me if you know what I mean.
That's pretty rich coming from a Sartan. I don't think we have any intent of just destroying the children's lives or whatever. That's more in your ballpark. Turns to look at the three men running through the citadel. He's exclaiming at their delight at each new discovery. Puffs up his chest and wipes away a tear. And this is the lines that he says. Oh my goodness. Well, to be fair, we do not fully know the intent of Xar. But we're pretty busy trying to, like, save our people from the labyrinth as it is and learn more about the world. I think we might have a little bit of influence in where this goes here.
Don't worry, Haplo. I won't interfere in your mission. In fact, I have a present for you. I tried to take up a collection around the office, but no one there seems to like you very much. I wasn't going to say anything, but they all think you're on the side of evil. That doesn't make you very popular. Most of their ideas of a going-away present took the form of a punch in the mouth.
Okay, but are there more Sartan around? That is very concerning. But apparently we're so dumbfounded by the Sartan's speech that you stare at him without saying a word. Sifnap continues. We forgot that Texas is all the second largest US state. Alaska is 5 times the size of Finland. Alaska's got a lot of wilderness. So does Finland.
I stuck up for you, though. He's not a mindless puppet, I said. He has very good reasons for wanting to
crying
destroy
out loud.
everything. I'm sure he's thought this whole thing through. They seemed a little doubtful, but I know my old buddy Haplo. You'll come through in the end.
Was he like talking to skeletons by himself or something? Wouldn't honestly surprise me about Sifnab. It's God, these people actually sundered the world, and now they're talking about us wanting to destroy everything. Cool.
Anyway, since no one chipped in, I got you this.
Hands you an ordinary rock.
100% natural, roughly spherical, all-purpose evil combating device. Really? I know you're thinking, Sifnab, how can this obviously rare and well-crafted document holder also combat evil? Well, fear not. This particular paperweight is magic. That's right.
The magic paperweight. Great. Thanks, Sifnab.
As the stone approaches
He goes sober.
true evil, it will glow.
Okay.
You will encounter an evil greater than any you've ever
Okay,
known.
well, shouldn't it be glowing now if we were so evil?
Magic, horrible, powerful, destructive. Much different than the magic that we command. The rock will react to this magic. The closer you get, the brighter it will glow.
Okay.
When you are in its very presence, crush the rock. You'll
Okay.
know the right time.
Chloe Rock tells evil presence today or tonight at 9. We're earlier than 11 today. Cross the rock. That's often harder to do than to say, but there are some rocks that are easy to crush in your hands. If you fit Finland inside Texas, it would make everyone very sad. I think I would agree, Aizen. I just got Tina out of Texas. I'm not about to put Finland back in Texas. I have quite enjoyed visiting some very good people in Texas, mind you. There's some really, really, really nice people that I very much appreciate there. Minor News is going on a a geography guest right now. Oh, you enjoyed Texas as well, Doctor? Nice. What kind of a visit did you make? Yeah, I was basically visiting my my partner who has now immigrated to Finland, as well as some friends. Good people, very good people.
What will happen when I crush it?
I don't know.
I
but
don't
I'm sure
know.
It will be impressive. And just in case it doesn't work, use the backup plan. Hurl that sucker.
Backup
Finding
plan?
A nice solid puck upside the head always slows evil down.
Throw rock. That's great, Sidnap. That's real good. You've been real helpful.
Now you're thinking, how can he afford to give this away? Well, that's very.
Are you selling it to us?
No, I can't afford it. Of
Are you
course, I
selling us a
can't
rock?
on this transaction, but when your friends start asking you, where'd you get that great evil combater? You tell them you got it from old
First one's
Hickman.
free.
And soon they're telling their friends, and they're telling their friends.
It's a pyramid
Eventually,
scheme.
Everyone has a Zip-Nab special.
You want us to start marketing this rock, Safenab? I think I'll decline. Thanks, but no.
Take Pry and Seal Piece, Haplo. Go back to your lord. But remember what you've seen here. Remember these people. Consider carefully exactly what you are doing and why.
We're helping people. Way more than you have. Jeez. Well, either way, he turns to look at the sprawling city and says as much. He turns and exits the citadel. He just wanders back on out then. By the time you reach the doorway to follow, he has disappeared. Oh, you visited Dallas to see the eclipse? So that's really recent then. Very cool. AC was there. Nice. Oh, heck yeah. AC friends. Yes. I hope you had a wonderful time, both of you, with the eclipse. I haven't had the chance to see a full eclipse so far. I have seen a partial one. They don't tend to they don't tend to make a full-on appearance this way. Finland has about 5.6 million people, yeah. We have a lot of forests and lakes by the news. Well, you know, like, you can't have too many Finnish people too close to each other. Like, you've got to have at least 2 meters distance between Finnish people. Have you seen the picture of our bus stop? We don't have any fjords, or are in Norway. And you saw the eclipse from your yard also, Binary News? Nice! That's... gosh. That must have been real nice. Very convenient for it to come to you. You lucked out, Doctor? Most of Dallas missed it, and you didn't even get hit with traffic? Nice. I am very happy for you. One of these days, I'll have the opportunity to properly see one myself. You haven't seen the picture of our bus stop. You know what? Hold on. Let me see. Well, there's multiple ones, it looks like these days. I think that's the classic one. Oh yeah, hold on. Here's the measurement. Oh, this has got a bunch of... oh, nice. We got some statistics. I'm gonna link to that one. This will be good enough. Here we go. I'm gonna link you a picture of a Finnish bus stop. Finnish people are not, like, compressible in the sense that you can't fit them in a too small space. Unless there's a sauna involved. Then like, you know, then all bets are off. And any you presume fins must get close together at some point because you keep making more fins? You know, you'd think so. Oh, so your third total eclipse? Very nice, Doctor. Very nifty. Yeah, it doesn't tend to be so that, like, by the time that I've been on this rock, I don't think we've had an opportunity to win this one from Finland. Might have a lot to do with the fact that we're pretty north up. Anyway, let's return to Deathgate. The Titans are gathered in a chamber so brightly lit that you have a squint to make them out. Perhaps this is why they were created, without the ability to see. I still don't think that's much of a blessing. You could just turn off the lights, right? There's a fire seal piece here, and yeah, I think we're have to be holding the citadel before you can put it on this fire seal piece. Thank you, adventure game. That's exactly what we wanted to do. Let's take this fire seal piece. Nice. Mineral seal piece is inscribed with the naming rune of Patryn, the world of fire. The interior of the citadel is even more impressive than the exterior. Spires and towers jut from lower structures, all of which appear to be connected at some point. It's one huge building as big as a city. Functional as well as beautiful. You had to open your phone because of Workblock's imager. I'm glad about the wow, and I'm glad you appreciate it. One gotta have some personal space. It's important. Right. I hope that people are gonna be happy here. Is there anything else? I think that might be everything for the Realm of Fire. Very good. All right, the prince, the princess, and the dwarven lady have departed. I think it's time for us to go as well. Let us find our ship, get on board. Oh, that's not where we get on board. Here is where we get on board. And we have a rune to transfer. Alright, crystal fragment. Let us style up the Stargate. Rune transfer, please. Onto the stone. And we gain another rune. And another path to another realm. I think we're gonna use the steering stone. There we go. An interesting realm, the Realm of Fire. I think we did some good things. I think we set them on a path of actually, hopefully unifying sooner or later. There's definitely a better chance for that to work out now between the races. We take the ship back through the Death Gate and return to the Nexus. Oh, thank you for the wing stretch reminder. Appreciate it. Speaking of an exercise routine. Catch on the beer back, Patryn. All right. Let's just step off. We have visited two of the elemental realms. The realm of stone is something that seems to be open for us to visit next. Let's meet up with Xar and update him on what's going on. Well, this is not where we want to go. This is the labyrinth. Or the gate to the labyrinth, which is where we escaped from. The rest of our people are stuck inside, and they are in dire straits indeed. Indeed, just beyond this gate is the hell we called home for most of our lives. Alright, Tsar, what's up? You hand over the fire seal piece and quickly recount your experiences on Pryan. Xar listens closely to your descriptions of Zifnap and the Titans, obviously troubled by both encounters. They could be powerful enemies.
Excellent, my son. You exceed even my best expectations. Not only did you recover Pryan's seal piece, but you have discovered a living Sartan. I doubt that he is alone, as he claims, and the addition of these Titans to his forces means that he is someone to be reckoned with. I will have to adjust my plans to compensate.
Hold on there.
Destroy the citadel to be sure of the giant's destruction. It is a shame you couldn't bring Zifnap back with you for further questioning.
I don't think we need to do that. Sorry, you're kind of playing into his pocket right now. We don't need to destroy the citadel.
You have the crystal fragment of the world's seal. Use that to place the naming rune of Abarak upon your steering stone.
Abarak.
And then leave as soon as you can. Events are occurring at a fast pace. If even one Sartan knows you exist, we must assume they all do. But we need information. I must
Not
know
a terrible
what
guess.
the other realms are like, where the Sartan's forces are, and what they number. And I need those seal pieces. Good luck, my son.
Thank you very much, Star. Zifnap seemed mad, but he genuinely cared about the people there. He had a plan to make their lives better. Yeah, I think that of the Sartan, he did seem the best of them so far, even if he was a little bit mad.
Zifnap seemed mad, but he genuinely cared about the mensch there. He had a plan to make their lives better.
Who knows how far gone that Sartan was? Living in solitude with those mensch would have driven anyone insane. No wonder he was obsessed with them. Hopefully, when the world is reformed and we destroy the citadel, he'll disappear along with it.
I mean, I'm actually kind of okay with destroying the citadel itself when we are reforming the world, because, like, as long as we're getting the people out from there first, but that's kind of a requisite for me. Oh, what about Zifnap's dragon? The dragon was nice. I don't think I consider him so much a threat.
What about Zifnap's dragon? Do you consider him a threat?
Oh, he doesn't believe in dragons, does he?
I would. Don't take this personally, my son, but dragons are fairy tales,
Ah!
legends, nothing more.
We kind of
This
stood
Zifnap
next
played
to
on your
him.
gullibility. I've read that the Sartan used to command the art of illusion. He must
Oh, I
have
see, that's what you
created the
think.
dragon for your benefit, to keep you from killing him. It worked, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Zifnap, I would believe to be hanging out with a dragon. Or Fizzban, as it may be. Ah, here's a good point. If you destroy the citadel, won't that kill the mensch that have moved inside? Yeah, let's not do that.
If you destroy the citadel, won't that kill the mensch that have moved inside?
Are you questioning
Look
my
at
tactics?
me critically.
Don't you understand that the threat represented by the Titans far outweighs the importance of the lives of a few mensch? Don't
Oh,
get
dear.
personally involved with them, Haplo. This is war.
Sorry, you're kind of losing me now. You've been cool so far, but that's not cool. Alright, we might have to make some of our own plans.
That's enough for right now. I'd like to talk to you later if you don't mind.
Very well. I'll be here.
Oh dear, sir. Let's not just casually murder entire races of people. Not cool with that. Perhaps we can find something that will aid our cause in Abarak, the world of stone. Oh, welcome back, Binary News. We are heading into Abarak, setting sail for the Death Gate again. Another realm to see and explore. The path lies ahead of us and is rocky. Your ship flies from the Death Gate into the river of lava. This is much more like the river. This feels much more like the realm of fire than the trees I referred to. Walls of dark rock enclosed in a giant cavern so large that it actually houses a city, carved from the stone. You dock the ship a small distance away. Oh, we just casually, alright, casually sailing in the lava now then. Cool. I'm glad the ship's made for that. Swirly thing? Yes, Nene. The swirly gate thing. The ship does seem to be lava-proof. It's very lucky for us that they coated the wooden ship with lava-proof. Your ship floats in a river of lava. As one does, alongside a stone embankment. In the distance you see a dark city. Casual lava sailing, why not? It would have made a pretty ignoble end to our adventure if it wasn't coated in fireproof. Or lava-proof, as it may be. It's only molten rock, right? We have some fields here. It's hard to make out more than a blur of furrowed rows in the soil. You have to get closer to see it better. Okay. City landing. Your ship floats in a river of lava alongside a stone embankment. In the distance you see a dark city. Oh. You'll have to walk on to the patch to the northeast before you can stroll into the city. Okay. I don't like the music here. This is very spooky. I don't think good things have happened here. This is not good. Alright, we will venture forth with care. That might be a humanoid shape that I see there. Indeed. Here, a hulking figure shuffles from a dried-up pond to a field long dead. Isn't it great how they sundered the world and put all of the water in one of the realms? Things worked out great for this field too. Behind him, a cave opens into a cavern wall. Beyond the lava river, you see a city in the distance. Have you tried scooping up some of the lava and watering the crops with that? That might work. You have to be holding the field before you can put it on the fields. Thanks. We heard you like fields, so, you know. A few struggling plants poke out of the ground. Furrowed rows in the thin dirt indicate that the field was once blanketed with the strange grass. However, many seasons have passed since the field has seen any life-giving water. Wow, it's surprising that it's stayed as alive as it is. Question mark. It looks as if this was once a spring-fed pond, continually replenished. That was a long time ago, however, and now the ground isn't even damp. What is this person doing then? A dead worker! That explains a lot. I have a concern. Worked to death. Don't let it happen to you. Take a break sometimes. The hulking corpse just stares at you. Are they doing necromancy here? Are we doing a necromancy now? Greetings. Who are you?
Greetings. Who are you?
Who? Name Jethro.
Something of the person still remains. I don't know if that's better or for worse. What is this place?
What is this place?
What? Place? Home.
Fair enough. And then I'm saying maybe it works like heat shields on a spacecraft, where the outer layer burns and makes an insulating layer that protects the rest. Maybe, it could be. Unless it's made by Boeing. In that case, it chars and then leaves, and falls off the leaving holes. Okay. So far, the entire ship hasn't caught fire, so I don't think it was made by Boeing.
What are you doing?
Oh, Haplo.
Water. Plant.
You don't need to be like that. That's a nice bucket. Would you give it to me?
That's a nice bucket. Would you give it to me?
I mean, clearly he's understanding us just fine. You don't need to do that. The corpse looks at the bucket for a moment and then suddenly hands it to you. Oh. I feel for this person. Thank you. Oh my god, they're gonna keep walking back and forth, pretending that they have, well, just repeating the same action as if they had a bucket in their hand. Not really pretending. Would you accompany me?
Would...
A corpse shuffles along, alright. We have a friend. We have a dead worker to keep us company now. The lava flows freely through the channels around you, like a river. I mean, he seems harmless so far. Your ship floats easily on the surface. The magically treated wood... There you go! It was treated with fireproof, or lava-proof rather. Keeps the angry lava from doing any damage. The heat and fumes are suffocating. Only your innate survival magic acquired during your years in the labyrinth keeps you from dropping to your knees. The dead worker's dull eyes roam around, confused. That makes a lot of sense then. This place sounds very inhospitable to all life so far. There's a path, a cave, and the city. Okay, can we do anything with the dried pond? Oh. Without any direction, the confused dead worker returns to his routine of watering the dead plants. Okay, well, let's try and...
Would you
Try and get him to come with us. Enter the cave. Oh. Wait, what? There's a snake. Snake! Snake alert! Snake! This shallow cave ends in an unnatural wall covered by carved dwarven symbols. A coiled snake studies you. A very studious snake. The dead worker's dull eyes roam around, confused. Yeah, snake friend. Oh, that's true. If it might have been made by old school Boeing. That will be fine. I can tell that it wasn't made by Boeing. The door hadn't fallen off. Okay, yeah, fair enough, Nene. Yeah, Snake is going to Snake College. Attack pet. If you're gonna give me the option, I will take it. Pet the snake. Who did that all the snake needs is a little affection. Oh, yes. Perhaps that would change his disposition. You gather him up and pet him. He looks genuinely happy. Just before he bites your head off. Aww, we made a happy snake. We made a happy snake. It's getting a degree in history. Yes. Goody. Let me see. Where's my cat? Where's my counter here? We made a happy snake. We've beat the snake. Counter. Ah, there it is. Yeah, I feel like this one wasn't fair enough. But I love the fact that they just give you that option. It's so happy and friendly biting head off. That's right. It's undo. We're gonna talk to our new friend, the dead worker. Oh, thank God. What else is his name again? I should have memorized that. I should have noted that down. Anybody else remember? He's definitely not called Mr. Excitement. Let's see if he can pet the snake. Jethro, thank you very much. I will note this down. I am bad with names. Yeah, pet the snake, please.
Grab that snake.
The worker turns his gaze to the coiled snake in the middle of the cave. He shuffles over and grabs it. If a snake could look surprised, you'd swear it was stunned by this hulking corpse. It whips around and bites him, but the worker doesn't seem to even notice. Now they can study together. Can we pet the snake now? Does it allow us to do this? Okay, I might die again, but that's fine. It's worth it. Oh. Okay, well, we have died. All right. I was expecting it to be a little bit safer now that, now that the snake friend is being held in a gentle embrace. Yeah, all right. That's still fair enough. Okay, undo. How nice. Let's take some rocks. Oh, wait. You take the rocks. Without any direction, the confused corpse releases the enraged snake and wanders back to his beloved fields. Oh. Leaving you and the snake to talk things over. So, is it really history that you're studying, snake friend? What kind of topics are your favorites? Any interesting bits that you've learned recently? How's it like here? Like it's a little dry. We might have some water on our ship if you might enjoy that. It's like cool, refreshing drink. As a YouTuber you watch has taken the opportunity to pet his rattlesnake while it was reading around. I guess they would be kind of like how can I say engaged with eating at the time. Yeah, I don't know. You gotta be like, it's generally speaking, you gotta respect animals and you gotta kind of like work on their terms. I suppose, like, maybe that was just totally fine then. Who knows? Hard to say. The far wall of the cave is covered with 9 identical carved woven symbols. Ah, the dwarfs are here as well. Identical symbols. Alright, cave. Wall. Dwarven symbols. Jethro can pet snake. What else? Alright, we have that as a solution, so that's good. I don't know how to proceed into the cave yet, and we don't have necessarily a reason to do that yet. Alright, see if we can get Jethro to come with us.
Would you accompany me?
Alright, we're gonna go over to the city. Alright, you're surrounded by the stone buildings of the deserted town, including a clock tower to the east and an elegant residence to the north. The dead workers' allies roam around confused. Well, the dead workers better company than we have had in a lot of cases. Your grandma used to milk rattlesnakes as a kid. Oh. Yes, yeah, these used to help make antivenom. Like where grandma's selling the venom then, or how that works. Snake didn't went to mind and looked mildly disdainful like a cat. That seems about right, yeah, no. Let's check out the house. Oh. You stand in the foyer of a small house. Stairs lead up to another level, and double doors are set in the east wall. Alright, confused walker just wanders off again. Alright, fair enough. We do have a lot of rocks. We have one special rock. One special rock, and we have a number of, I don't know, maybe equal rocks. I don't know. These are not secret, evil, glowing rocks, I guess. As if Nap would have it, at any rate. Who knows? They might be just the same. Ah, and also a dead butler. Alright. Oh, he's got a key. The key's wrought from silver and looks fairly heavy. It pulls at the chain wrapped around the dead butler and seems as though it is almost enough to tip him over. Let's have a chat.
How may I be of assistance, sir?
I'm starting to feel a little bit concerned that all of the people we have so far seen here are dead. It's not a good time to be living in the realm of stone. The decaying butler attempts to draw himself up, but the weight of the chain around his waist keeps him slumped over. Who are you?
Who are you? My name is Aramas.
Aramas.
I serve Balthazar, the master of the house. His work is very important and cannot be disturbed.
Balthazar?
So he retains me and a few other servants to handle the domestic work.
Was Balthazar one of the Sartans? Let me have a look in my notes. I don't think so, no. This is somebody else. She lived on a ranch in Texas as a kid. The grandpa would sell the rattlesnake venom to the local hospital. Nice. That's really good. Heck yeah. Making a difference. Who else does Balthazar retain to serve him?
Who else does Balthazar retain to serve him?
In addition to myself, Balthazar employs
A nanny?
who cares for the master's young children, and a housekeeper who does the cooking as well.
Children and a housekeeper, okay. There's a housekeeper. It's kind of dirty around here. I'd say this housekeeper is lacking. I guess we can ask.
There's a housekeeper? Isn't it kind of dirty around here? I'd say this housekeeper is slacking off.
The house is a little dusty, but I'm sure she'll get on the job soon.
Mm-hmm. So who is this Balthazar person?
Balthazar is
The necromancer.
necromancer to the king of Khan Telest.
Okay.
One of the most celebrated sorcerers in the city.
I wonder why that would be.
What important work is he doing?
He does what
Karen
all
Telest.
necromancers do. He resurrects and sustains the dead so that they can serve the living. But he also spends much of his time
I guess they do the
researching
recycling.
magic arts, it's not a very popular activity among other necromancers. In fact, it used to be a crime.
Oh, really?
But as my master was mentor to
Just
most
necromancy,
of the
eh?
others, and because he is a man of power and influence, his research isn't questioned. Not that Balthazar would care in any case.
I feel like they have very different kind of morals in terms of, like, you know, raising somebody's, you know, family or whatever from the dead to just keep on working. I feel like these people deserve a break. Come on.
What magic arts is he researching?
What do I look like? A necromancer? I'm just his personal servant. I don't pry into his work. It could be hazardous to my health.
Hazardous to your health. Is this rock realm really actually just capitalism? I don't know. I'm just getting this weird vibe right now. Work to death, alright. Actually looks like a corpse. I doubt that your health would deteriorate much
Actually,
more.
you look like a corpse. I doubt your health could deteriorate much more.
There's no need to be rude.
Oh dear. Why can't he be disturbed?
An interruption at the wrong time could have disastrous results. His old butler interrupted him once. My first job was to scrape his entrails off the walls.
Fair. Did she tell you how they make anti-venin? What do you mean, Nene? That it uses horses? I don't know about that, Nene. Is that why the door is locked?
Is that why that door is locked?
Yes. He takes his breaks at certain times, and only then is it safe to enter. Soon it will be time,
time for tea.
I'm waiting for the housekeeper to bring it.
Alright, so the housekeeper is something that's missing now.
Enough about your employer.
As you wish.
Why do you have a key that's chained around your waist?
Why do you have a key chained around your waist?
This is the key to the
study door.
My master requires his privacy. I only open the door to give him his meals and when he breaks for tea. Right now, I am waiting for the housekeeper to give me the tea tray. The master will be...
Is he actually still alive, I wonder? This guy seems to be a little bit more with it than Jethro. When exactly do you expect the housekeeper to bring you the tea?
When exactly do you expect the housekeeper to bring you the tea?
Oh, she should be along any time now.
And, how many millennia ago was that? Why don't you let me carry that key? It looks a little heavy for you.
Why don't you let me carry that key? It looks a little heavy for you.
It's strange. Lately, this key has seemed heavier than ever. But it is my duty to hold it for my master. I shall never let it out of my possession while I live.
So you're okay letting it out of your possession right now? Is that what you're saying?
But you're dead, so give me the key.
I'm not dead.
I'm just a little confused.
I did have a bad fight with the plague some time ago, but I pulled through. I'm here, aren't I? Though since then,
I'm not dead yet. Yeah, this is probably not gonna work, but we can just ask him if he could open the door for us.
Do you think you could open the door for me? The master is expecting my visit.
The master isn't expecting anyone today. And even if he was, he would leave his study to speak with you. He doesn't allow anyone inside except myself.
In the Monty Python reference, exactly, Bio News. Bring out your dead! Well, I feel like the dead are hanging out inside right now. Well, some of them are out in the fields. Inject doses of venom into a horse, increasing over time. Gradually, the horse becomes immune to the venom. Is that like the plot from Princess Bride? Making antibodies for it, and then the horse goes on to play chess. Or like, you know, into a contest of cleverness. Into a swamp, maybe, potentially. I feel like that's mixing in yet another story right now. This is a white horse. Definitely not Princess Bride. Oh, but he did have immunity had built up over time by ingesting little small amounts of venom, or the poison. Either way, let's see. Can you go in and give him a message for me? This is not gonna work either.
Could you go in and give him a message for me?
I can only enter at predetermined times when it's safe to do so.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I cannot enter simply to give a message to him.
Alright, I don't think we're gonna get anywhere. Any other way into the
Is there
study?
any other way into the study?
There is a window.
A window?
But it's very high off the ground. Too dangerous to enter or exit. The master made the study as inaccessible as possible. He doesn't want to be disturbed.
Perhaps we should talk about something else.
As you wish.
I was just doing a fun mix and match. By the news. This is how it goes. Why are you standing around? Aren't you dead?
Why are you standing around? Aren't you dead?
Dead? Dead tired, maybe. I
Got
don't get enough
more dead
of
things to do?
rest. Lately, even the act of standing upright has become difficult. I need a
Oh, I
vacation.
feel you. I feel you. Oh, we can ask him to accompany us as well. I wonder if that works. Well,
What's
that
behind
door is
that
the
door?
study, right?
That's my master's study, wherein he works his magic and researches the mystic arts.
Especially his children are
It
off
is
limits.
off limits to everyone, including his children, especially his children. The volatile nature of his work makes even the briefest visit potentially fatal.
What on earth is he working on? Where is
Where
everyone?
is everyone?
Where is who? Whom did you expect to find? I believe you'll find the children upstairs with the nanny, and the master hard at work in his study.
I feel like we're gonna find something very creepy. What is this
What
place?
is this place?
Well, this is the city
Celestia,
of
okay.
Celestia, one of the oldest and grandest cities in Abarak, aside from the city.
Cities in Karn, Necros at the world's core. We've lived here.
Very proud of our accomplishments. Celestia was built by the dwarves for the other mensch races when they were all still alive. The dwarves themselves lived
Okay.
in caves not too far from here.
So, alright, that's the living place of the dwarves then, inside the caves.
Some of the dwarves' artistry remains throughout the city. For example, the iron statue in the clock tower is ancient. It is the exact likeness of Clytus the first in the line of dynasts who have ruled over Abarak. The detail is excellent. Even the royal scepter, still carried by
Ah.
Titus XIV, is a perfect replica of the original.
Perfect.
They say that the statue was made by Clitus I's personal dwarf slave after
Oh,
the
come
dwarf went
on.
mad. The madness obviously didn't affect his artistic talent, though.
For crying out loud, get along better. Stop enslaving everybody. So art staff is a perfect replica. That's most definitely gonna be useful. Must be the dying place? Yes.
What happened to the other races?
The weaker races died off shortly after they were transplanted.
Okay,
into
cool,
this world.
Sartan.
They didn't have strong enough magic to survive the harsh environment. of
Yeah,
Earth.
that's great. Oh my goodness. They didn't even have a chance. God, the Sartans suck. I mean, who wouldn't? But, you know, let's ask, I guess.
Why did Clitus's slave go mad?
The dwarf was the first experiment in
Oh.
necromancy. Some say that the art wasn't perfected when Clitus I brought his slave back to life, and that insanity was the result. Afterward, Clitus banished the slave back to the ancestral dwarven lair to sit in solitude forever.
Holy fudge! These people suck! Not only did they bring them back to life, they ended up insane, and since they, like, weren't pleasing the idiot, they got banished to just, like, sit undead in the dwarven lair. Oh, jeez.
This didn't affect the dwarf's devotion to his lord, however.
Oh,
When
that
the
is
body
so wrong.
resurrected, it learns very little, and it usually reverts to doing whatever it did during life.
That is
The
so
dwarf
tragic.
continued to worship Clitus I. He even carved the statue in the clock tower to honor him. Few
That is
believe
so
that Clitus
twisted.
was deserving of such an honor.
Oh,
but even
no.
Fewer will admit that in public.
Definitely not.
Titus XIV reveres his ancestor, and no one speaks ill of either of them without fear of being turned to dust.
Yeah, I'm not big with the people in this realm. Where exactly
Where
did the dwarves
exactly
live?
did the dwarves live?
I believe they once lived in caves just outside of the city. I can't
I think
be
you've
certain,
seen it.
however, that it isn't simply legend. The region hasn't been explored for a long time.
Where is Cairn
Where is
Necros?
Karn Necros?
It's at the core of the world, and I've never been there. In fact, no one in this Khan has. We've never traveled outside of the city. We've never had to.
Yeah, binaries, I am most definitely not okay with this.
Does the dynast rule this city?
Not really. We've never even seen him. Our king has ruled Celestia for ages. The dynast only rules here on paper.
Okay. But, like, it's a part of adventures to overcome bad things, right?
Is this scepter anything special?
Of course.
Alright, have a safe trip home, Biner News.
Rulership. It gives incredible
Heck yeah.
magic power to he who wields it.
Ooh.
The original dynast, Clitus I, created the scepter, and his line has used it to secure their leadership ever since. No one would dare oppose a dynast who has control of the scepter.
Well, that is one kind of a magic power in itself, I suppose, even if the scepter itself... Even if the replica might not be magical in the same way, that could actually be really useful.
Enough about this place.
As you wish.
Alright,
Will you
well...
accompany me?
Regrettably,
Oh,
I
cannot.
I have to serve my previous charge. I must stay here as long as my master desires.
Oh dear.
You're as interesting as a corpse. This conversation is over.
As you wish.
Wow, well, that's kind of rude. It's not really his fault. Stand in the foyer of a small house. Stairs lead up to another level and double doors are set in the east wall. The double doors in the wall are made from thick hardwood. They're intricately carved with symbols you don't recognize. Oh, hello. Use magic on door. Identify. This helps us recognize things. Cast identify spell on the doors, but nothing happens. Evidently the door isn't magical. Curious? Can you open the door? No, securely locked. Just trying, just in case. Alright, I think we're gonna go wander upstairs. Oh, there's the nanny.
Made their home in caves and caverns all their own. They'll only
She's
come outside
reading a
when all the
story.
arrows point the way.
The cramped nursery holds a few items, an empty crib, a tiny table, and a rocking chair occupied by an old woman.
Light under the ground. Don't look too close.
The kids don't seem to be here. Oh, there's the tea set. Can I just take them? Nice, perfect. Got it. Tiny tea set is a toy that belonged to the previous occupant of the nursery. Oh, so it's not the real tea set, but it is maybe enough to take to the butler. Who knows? Oh, this is a children's book. Oh, whoops, I may have taken it out of her hands. You slide the book out of the dead nanny's wrinkled hands. She doesn't resist. But no sooner is the book gone than she stops speaking. Her eyes go blank and she sits motionless. This place is so sad. Listen, Nanny's dead silent. Can you talk to her? The nanny stares at the ground, motionless and purposeless. Oh dear.
Who are you?
I'm the nanny of this family.
Oh boy.
I take care of the children while the master does his research. In fact, I should be reading to the children right now as they go to sleep. Have you seen my book?
Yeah, we kind of took it a bit. Do you read the same rhyme over and over?
Why do you read the same rhyme over and over?
I read until the children have gone to sleep. I must read now. Where is my book? I
Oh,
can't
dear.
find my book.
Egress, give me incredible magic power. Yes, birdly magic. How are you doing? Good to see you, bird friend. Is it time to pick up the lockpicking lure again? Entirely possible, Nene. We might be finding our way in between, in behind some locked doors again. Who do you read to?
Read to?
To the children. Aren't they precious? I've
Very.
taken care of children most of my life. I love to read to them. I should be reading to them now.
Would you accompany me? I know where your book is. Well, it's in our pocket. Let me give you your book back. Please read from it. I do so love your dulcet tones. Can we make her come along?
Would you accompany me? I know where your book is.
You know where my book is? Please take me to it. I must read to the children. They can't go to sleep without their rhymes. They need me, you see.
God, this place is so tragic. Alright. We'll see if we can make things a little bit better. Let's give her the tea set. She glances at the tea set, but seeing that it's not her book, loses all interest in it. Damn. Small stone table, almost miniature. Very likely it was intended for the children that once played here. The empty stone crypt is covered by a thick blanket of dust, and it's made of stone? Okay. Oh, well, we have a nanny. I guess we wander along a little bit. Alright, would you like a tea set? The dead butler gets the tea set. Here is your purpose for now. You hand the tea set to the dead butler. He accepts it gravely and looks over the double doors. And then he just waits. Wait, you were supposed to open the... You're supposed to open the door.
How may I be of assistance, sir?
It's late spring, you were standing in the marsh and things tried to eat you? Were they mosquito-shaped? You're feeling itchy? Oh dear. It doesn't sound much fun. I used some fledgling red-winged blackbirds, so nice. Little new birds to the world. Excellent. I'm happy to hear it. I'm happy if the flock is doing well. Ah, now that you have the tea, what are you waiting for? Open the door and give it to your master.
Now that you have the tea, what are you waiting for? Open the door and give it to your master.
Yes, I do have the tea, but I must wait until the appointed time until I open the door.
Time.
Otherwise, I might interrupt a vital experiment. That would be disastrous for Balthazar's research, and perhaps for myself as well.
Fair enough. What time is the tea served?
What time is tea served?
The 4th hour. I'll recognize it when the tower clock strikes 4 bells. He expects his tea at the same time every day.
Alright, 4th hour is the tea time.
You're as interesting as a corpse. This conversation is over.
As you wish.
How lovely were the little birdlets. Ah, the lock. Silver lock matches the key hanging from the chain wrapped around the dead butler's waist. Yes. Alright, the clock tower holds some mysteries. Possibly some solutions. We have a statue wearing a crown and holding a scepter. Ah, here it is. The first king. With the haze in the air, you can't discern more from this distance. Alright, well, let's just enter the clock tower. The base of the tower is unadorned. A ladder leads up, but it is broken. A rope hangs down within reach. A tower bottom. Okay. A portal, a ladder. A ladder attached to the tower wall leads up to the clock mechanism, but the ladder is broken. Some rungs are missing, some merely split. Actually, the ladder is no longer usable. That's inconvenient. Alright, we have a hook. A metal hook is tied to the rope hanging down from the clock mechanism far above. Alright, let's see, I have an idea here. Let's put the rocks in the pail. Nice, we have a bucket full of heavy rocks now. Perfect. And maybe we can apply that as a weight to the hook. Perfect. Alright. Interesting. A bucket filled with rocks hangs from the hook. I was expecting something to happen. Is it low enough for it to climb? Can he climb it? It seems dangerous. Let's climb the rope. Ah, nice. We actually get up. You grab the hanging rope and haul yourself up. The nanny grabs onto the rope and tries to climb it, but falls down. Oh dear. So he regains her feet, but just stands silently. You stand on the small platform behind the clock mechanism. The back of the clock face takes up the west wall. Ah, saving has happened. Thank you, Nene. We have a crank. A clock drum. A clockwork puzzle, as it may be. A drum is the clock's power source. A rope wound around the drum and weighted would slowly unwind. As it did, the drum would turn the clock's gears and keep time. The rope currently hangs all the way up, down at the floor. Okay. We have gears. Clock uses many gears of various sizes. You try to trace the motion from the drum to the clock face, but it's too complicated. It goes this way, then that goes that way, that way, that way. Right? Escapement. Escapement is a part of the clock mechanism when a weight pulls and unwinds the rope around the drum. Escapement only allows it to drop in small increments. This causes the gears to turn slowly, moving the clock's hand at a steady pace into accurate time. Currently, the drum's rope is completely unwound. Alright, we have already prepared some of the mechanism by adding weight to it, seems. We have a circular track running through the doors on either side of the clock face, both inside and outside of the tower. Alright, it's one of those kinds of clocks, so the statue is gonna come in on the track at some time. You have a time dial. Clock's circular face has 16 marks around the edge. The single hand points to just before the second mark. Interesting. There's a ladder. Which is unusable. Alright, well, we can turn the crank. Let's see what happens. With both hands, you turn the crank and wind the rope around the drum until you see the hook. The drum locks when the rope has been drawn up entirely. The weight of the rocks in the bucket pulls at the rope wrapped around the clock's drum. Slowly it begins to unwind to turn the drum and move the clock's gears. Alright. Ooh. 2. Alright. Oh, the iron statue grinds inside along the rustic track. Perfect. Give me that scepter. The scepter is made of same cast iron as the statue itself. Indeed, it's a part of the statue. It flares out into 2 tongs at the end. These tongs hold back a black stone headpiece in place. Unlike the rest of the cast iron statue, the wedge-shaped headpiece is made of a different material. It looks as if it was carved from a black rock and set inside the metal tongs of the scepter. On the flat end is a single graven line. I use magic on this headpiece. Identify. Nothing happens. It's not magical. Alright, can I take it? Headpiece of the scepter is held firmly by the iron tongs and can't budge it by hand. Can I just take the scepter? It's made of the same slab of iron as the statue. Can't remove it. Damn, it's stuck tight. That makes it harder. I think I have an idea. Not on the scepter, cancel. But we do have a statue. And there are things we can do with humanoid-shaped objects that are not alive. can cast motion. You cast the spell on the scepter. Oh, not on the scepter. Not on the scepter. On the statue. Let's see if we can let you relinquish that scepter. This far from the ground, the spell has no immediate effect. But if someday a work crew takes the statue down for cleaning, they'll be in for a surprise! Ooh. Okay. Magic's gonna linger around. Why does it not have effect? You can't believe that they didn't put the Scepter of Ultimate Power in clock decorations? Well, that's a pretty nice replica of that ultimate power. Statue clearly Princess Sartan, perhaps royalty. Given the crown and scepter he holds. The entire figure is made of wrought iron. Save for the headpiece of the scepter, which is carved from the glossy iron black stone. Glossy black stone, rather. Alright, well, one of these things we can do. Let's see if we can turn the dial. You strain at the rusty dial for a few moments. Eventually you're able to advance the clock's hand to point just before the third mark. There we go. We've gotta put it over just before the fourth mark. Nice. And how do we set the clock drum in motion? Turn it. There we go. Rope is already, there we go. 4 distinct bongs of the clock tower bell. Let's see. Right, let's go down. In that case, kind of climb down the rope while it's found around the drum. Curses. That, Oh dear. Okay, that actually is a bigger problem than I thought. Alright, the hook. How do we get down? Use the ladder? Just to go down? Ladder's condition is contagious. Anyone climbing is liable to break something. Chances are it would be your neck. I like that a lot. That's clever wordplay. How do we make it go down? Take the pail of rocks. Would be shame to take the bucket of now that you've actually got the clock working again. We need to be down there. Okay, use magic on the statue. I don't think this is gonna work either, but let's see. Swap. Cast spell on the statue, but it's not a higher form of life, so it still has no effect. Alright, fair, I guess. What's in the children's book anyway? The little ones. The smallest people made their home in caves and caverns all their own. They'll only come outside to play when all the arrows point the way. Ah. Which way, you ask? Where are they found? Just out of sight, under the ground. Don't look too close, they'll run away, unless the arrows point the way. The day. Yellow night, sky is bright, all the world is filled with light. Just because the sun's above, every heart is filled with love. Can get that snake. Grab that snake and hold him fast. Don't let him go. Grab him quick or you won't last if you're too slow. Okay, that's a set of instructions if I haven't seen one. nice. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, not. I see. Okay, I see where we're going with this. 4 and 1. 1 makes 4 and 1 left over. The one we've got is just a cave. Started out warm but got much colder. It's just like living in the grave. Where are the others? They disappeared. Perhaps something went very wrong. If they survived, not like we feared, why have they stayed away so long? 4 and 1. One makes 4 and 1 left over. That might be relevant. I have a dark place here as well. In the dark, dark place, the monsters wait. Their entire race brought on their fate. If the gates fall and they escape, they shan't recall what made them hate. That's a reference to us. That's the maze. Great. That's how we are remembered. Well, history books being written by the victor. Work, work, work. Work, 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 no time for fun. Well, gotta have time for fun. That's, nope, nope, nope. I go, nope, nope, nope at this one. When you're dead, they'll leave you alone. Not in this case. But you'll be back cause work's not done. Work until you're not. Not cool. No. That sucks. This book is not full of good things. Alright, we're gonna leave this on this page, I think. You leave the book open the rhyme, get that snake, nice. Perfect. Two metal doors are set in the walls of the tower clock along the track. Presumably they open when the statue was along its on stroke of the hour. You're prohibited from answering that by Twitch policy, where you put your ultimate scepter of ultimate power. Oh, fair enough, egrets. I suppose we shall not pry any further. Okay, we hit 4 o'clock. Can I just turn the crank? Can I just release the clock drum? Can I just turn it? Since escape doesn't allow the drum to turn in the other direction, the crank is locked. Do I... How do I do the escape? How do I use an escapement? Open? Take? How do I want to release this. We don't have enough time for this. How do I release it? Open? No, that's always right. Open. I don't think any of these. Time for the good old cheer? No. Cut the rope with the shear. The rope is made from some tough, sinewy weed-like plant. Maybe given enough time we'd saw through it, but not soon. How do I release it? Oh my goodness. Is there any use in turning the time tile? Just before the 5th mark. Alright, 6 mark. 7, 8, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th mark. I think that was 16. 16 hours in a day. Sometimes I feel like I really could use a 16-hour day. You know, that's... It doesn't work quite like that. 32-hour day. Does that set you do anything special with 16? Clock escapements aren't a thing you can release. Their whole thing is that they spin at a fixed speed. Damn. That is a problem. So we can't get down. Cannot get down again. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be at the 4th mark. What on earth? Magic on the scepter? Heat? Cross hotter, but not so much that it melts or even glows. Alright. How about transportation? I don't think it really works. Scepter is known as transportation, this has no effect. Well, no surprises there. How do I make this thing go? Or would I remove the escapement? We're a little bit stuck right now. What am I missing? Cannot use the ladder. The platform is a sturdy metal platform set in the tower wall. You guess that it's there for the person who winds and services the clock. Well, that'll be us right now. Should look for hints. Trying to think. You can look up something to be ready, I suppose. I'll give this a little bit of a thought. Can we just like write the bucket down? catch on to it. There's something weird and possibly obvious that I'm missing. None of the spells that you know will have any significant effect on escapement. Like the statue is another thing. How do we do something with the statue? Can we rune transfer on the headpiece? There's no rune. Alright, there's no rune transfer. Single graven line. Use magic on the zinger. Rune transfer. No rune on the zinger to transfer. Apply. Ah! Put the zinger on the scepter. Doesn't fit in the scepter. Oh, I think I might be one step ahead now. How do we remove the headpiece? Salve? On the scepter? Use the shear to pry it out? No. What kind of magic can we use on the headpiece? Is there anything that would be useful? Cold? Yeah, okay. Hold on, stone headpiece grows colder, noticeably so, but nothing else happens, okay. Iron statue's gone. And Iron Statue's back. I just need to figure out how to remove this. Heat? I don't think it's gonna work either, but let's see. Heats up, but the black stone reverts to its normal temperature quickly. I don't think we're gonna cast motion on it either. How do we remove the headpiece? Firmly held by the iron tongs, can't budge it by hand. I don't think we can use like heat expansion here, can we? You have useful info in it, alright. What's in my inventory? I can look at that for a moment. Egrets. Scepter cools down. No, not good. So we have this children's book that we took from the nanny. We have the stone that his band gave us. Supposed to detect evil, I guess. We have a crystal fragment which contains a rune of the realm of stone. We have a magical arrow. Which we don't have anything to shoot with. We have a handbook for a machine in a different realm. Salve, a journal, piece of paper. The zinger is basically an electricity attractor device that can be powered up by electricity as well. Book and a shear and a marker, which is just a rune on it. Chaos, thanks for hanging out. Do take care, and it was great to have you here. Hope to see you again soon. Hope your trip goes well too. Rune of Arianas, the other world of air. Removing the headpiece. I can't tie it to anything. How do I do this? None of our spells seem very useful right now. Magic on Haplo. I don't think that works. Simply hit it with a rock? I mean, yeah. I don't think this rock is that kind of a rock. I can only put it on it. It's on the scepter. No. Okay, and then is there... I generally want to avoid having much in terms of hints. I'm gonna ask if there is something we're expected to do in this room, and if we've got everything that we need. I think it attached the time dial somehow. It's not really an option, is it? I think I need to know, like, I think I know what I need to do, but I just don't know how to get there yet. Doors automatically open at the stroke of the hour. It cannot be manually open at any other time. I don't have what I need to retrieve the scepter. How do I get down then? Because there's another thing that I want to pursue, but I do not know how to get down. It's gotta be something to do with the hook and the, like, the pail of rocks, which we're unable to use. I can't turn the crank because it's already up. The escapement I can't do anything about so far. Like, there's gotta be a way to do something about the rope. That's one of the few things we can interact with. You can answer how to get down. It's not a puzzle, nor requires any spoilers. You just press the button. Can't climb on a rope while it's wound around the drum. The bell is a way to turn attention from one who hasn't been fully on the screen. Hi, Duck. if I understand that correctly anyway. The fourth mark is where we want this to be. Hello! Bell time! Is there just something like an interface thing that I'm missing or something? That there's no puzzle with getting down? I guess if you can give me a nudge. Welcome back, Biner News. Heck yeah. I think I have a decent idea where I want to go, but I don't know, maybe it's the interface is stymieing me right now. Can't use the ladder because it's so broken. There should be a lever to release. So okay, so I just missed a pixel. Oh my god, yes it is. Oh, that is... Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, is this is a release lever? Okay, it was something that was blended into the background. Or it's a magic pixel hunt. Thank you, Nene. Fair enough. Alright, there. As soon as you pull the lever, the drum starts spinning uncontrollably. The rope gradually unwinds until it almost reaches the ground. Oh, you know what? Actually, that... It's not what we want yet. Turn the crank. Yeah, that was basically what I was looking for all this time, but I thought that, like, I could poke at the escapement directly. There we go. 4 distinct bongs. Now we just have a good bit of time. Pull the release lever. Yeah, that is definitely not very clearly marked. Climb down. Dead Nanny shuffles over to us. She's still looking for her book. Cool. Alright, let's see what happens inside. Oh, not here. Not here. Inside the house. The door is open. Nice. Perfect. Oh, we did not need to open it ourselves. Alright, easy go. This is the room of learning. A few books and papers are scattered on across every surface. But there's room for much more. 20 points. The dead butler jerks into motion and shuffles out of the double doors, closing them behind him. Oh dear. We might be stuck in here now. In from the bell tower. Stuck in the study. Speaking of, and before you go, time check. Oh yeah, it's getting very late. It's getting pretty close to 5 AM here. I should probably finish off quite soon here. But yeah, I've got plenty of ideas right now where to continue. First is either carved from rock or made from petrified weeds of some sort. Actually, the end result is rather attractive. I guess this is like for all the lava that's just floating around here. A desk. This is the focus of the room, perhaps the place that most of the work was accomplished. Let's search it. This doesn't have any drawers to look through, so you sift through some of the papers on top, but there's nothing of interest in them. Alright, well, there's the book that's just calling out to us. Let's just take it. I'll take the book from the book stand. Is it the journal of the necromancer that was working here? It's not the Book of the Dead, is it? I record these notes in no particular order with no particular format. Should this text be read by others than myself, I can but apologize in advance. My name is Balthasar, and I am the king's personal necromancer. That does not have a good mouthfeel. That's a messed up kingdom. My duties include raising and maintaining the royal servants through my deeper interest lie in the pursuit of other lost magical arts. The following notes comprise the results of a lifetime of research into these arts, as well as my personal musings on these and other matters. Skipping a lot of pages now. I've never considered the practice of necromancy to be strong moral ground. Yes, exactly. Not great. We have established that in order to survive in this harsh world, the dead are required to serve the living. The labor supports our existence, but do we truly know what we are doing? What exactly are we bringing back, and how does our tampering affect the rest of the wave? The dead never appear to especially unhappy, merely confused. In their own unfathomable minds, they exist in a time previous to their deaths. They perform the duties which they performed in life. In fact, it's almost impossible to teach the dead anything new. Their capacity to focus on unfamiliar tasks is minimal. A corpse can be given new orders, but in due course, depending on the nature of the particular specimen, it will inevitably revert to the modes of behavior demonstrated in life. There is no harm done when the tasks that the specimen performed in life have some application after death, but sometimes those tasks have little or no worth in our world, and yet the corpse living mentally in its former reality cannot be persuaded to abandon its behavior. Occasionally the behavior can be modified to one of useful purpose. But more often all we can do is ignore the corpse, which strikes me as a regrettable waste of manpower. That's one way to put it. Nevertheless, even the densest corpse can be used for menial tasks, and this becomes their primary value. Corpses can be made to perform functions which the living cannot or would not perform. Yay. I can't recall times when battles were waged by living soldiers. Just have all of the dead soldiers fighting each other like from dusk till dawn. Why trouble ourselves when we have available so many who have already fallen? That's a question indeed. Well, why not stop fighting, but just keep the dead fighting, I guess. Cool. Their insensitivity made panel allows them to sustain blows that would cripple a living soldier. The dead don't stop until they can no longer move. In addition to war, corpses can be induced to undertake all potential harmful tasks such as fending off attacks from would-be predators. Claws and poison stings are fearful only to those who are aware of consequences. Oh, that's something we have found already so far. Personally, I feel that we should be focusing on our magic on keeping ourselves alive, rather than on resurrecting ourselves from death. Yes, I do feel that might be a more appropriate action. With the plague more rampant than ever, we are fighting a losing battle. Even now, the dead outnumber the living. Possession. Whenever I begin to research a new spell, I always start by attempting to build runes onto established spells. Sometimes an entirely new spell can be discovered by adding a single rune to a totally unrelated spell. Okay. New spells. Take old spell. Apply random rune. I understand now why the old servant exploded. This was the case with possession, the art of casting one's soul into a lower life form. Okay. I started by taking some basic runes and building onto them. Many of the standard spell bases turned out to be dead ends. I forged through some of my ancient texts without much success, but I did discover an obscure warding spell of awesome power. One wouldn't think that a warding spell could be manipulated into a possession spell, but forceful spells are sometimes... Okay, so... warding into possession. Sometimes born from the most unlikely sources. The warding spell has a long history. I don't know if it has ever been used in Abarak. It can only be cast by a group of very powerful Sartan. The spell creates a huge shield that repels any foreign magic. I am uncertain as to the original purpose. The diagram of the rune structure follows. Aha! Excellent. Okay, so, right, let's do this. Okay, so this can be turned into a spell of possession. It's a 4 rune spell. I guess we now go deeper into the magic system of the game and of the world. So we have a circle, and then a little bit of a wave on the right side, basically. Oh, well, I'll do my best to actually reproduce it. It's not great, but it should do. It'll get us close enough. Do we have all of these runes is another question. I guess we must now. Alright, so this is warding, I think. Using this as a base, I experimented by adding various of runes onto the end. The process was long and tedious, but as it happens, only one rune was needed to fashion an altered spell. The diagram of this new spell follows. Okay. I'm gonna draw that as a separated bit tacked onto the rest of it, or nearby to attenuate. Alright, so this becomes possession. The result was this possession spell. Testing it proved somewhat difficult. There are certain limitations inherent in the magic. One can only cast one's soul into a lower life form, such as the Polkas we use as beasts of burden. One must have physical contact with the target. The soul transfers through touch. But now we know, I guess. So the spell cannot be cast over a distance. While one is inhabiting the possessed body, the original body is rendered immobile and helpless. I have some theories regarding the dynamics of the spell. If the original body is for some reason destroyed, the soul should be capable of continued existence in the new body. Huh. Eventually, however, that soul will forget its previous existence and come to think and behave in accordance with the inclinations of the possessed body. But even then, the original soul should prove retrievable by the application of certain spells. So I can transfer soul to random animal or whatever. Can still be retrieved. I wonder if somebody escaped. Might even be possible to reconstruct the original body using the host body while the soul still exists. Huh. Unfortunately, my research has not revealed the spell required to accomplish this, the knowledge of which would have been of great comfort during the test phase of possession. The extent of our lost knowledge is shameful. Surely our ancestors had access to this and innumerable other magic. And dead ends, clearly emphasis on dead. spells, and I'm merely passing over well-trodden ground. If only my own library was more complete. Unravel illusion. Ooh. Another art that has intrigued me for some time is illusion. I have many books on the subject, though none of them detail the entire spell. Okay, this is something we could have tested our dragon friend with, I guess. The use of this magic produces insidious results. The spell speaks directly to the reasoning center of the brain of higher animals such as Sartan, Patryn, and even the mensch races. The spell persuades the brain to accept that something is there when it isn't, or that something isn't there when it is. For example, an illusion spell can create a table in the middle of an empty room, even though the person viewing the table might grasp that the table is an illusion. They will not be able to pass their hand through it, because the spell has convinced their brain otherwise. Possibilities abound for employing this spell, and I regret that all attempts to reproduce it have left me with nothing to show for my efforts. However, I have been somewhat more successful in researching the Unravel illusion spell by approaching it from the reverse. My reason is that I might be able to build the spell by first determining how to break an illusion. At the time of this writing, I have not yet discovered the spell, but I suspect I am very close. Do we have another example? No. Damn. Maybe we can reverse that. Like, maybe we can reverse an illusion spell if we see one at some point. Who knows? The Exodus. I knew that this day would come. Water has become more scarce each day. The fields of cairn grass are withering, and the lake, our primary water source, is drying up. Soon the lake will be nothing but mud, and then a little more than rock and dust. The Colossus must be failing. When our ancestors built the Colossus, it was intended to last forever, heating our world, melting the sea of ice above, and distributing the water throughout. Its magic is dying. We must travel back into the core of Abarak, where our ancestors originated, where the remaining magic is the strongest. Our exodus to core of Abarak. Let's see. Life will still be possible there. Although I have seen all these pictures and descriptions in my texts, I am sure that if I could examine the Colossus firsthand, I might be able to determine the problem and help correct it. There is no other choice. We shall sail back to Cairn Necros, to the place of Kai's 14th? The current dynast on the northwestern edge of the Fire Sea. Out of respect, we shall beseech His Majesty for permission to live in Cairn Necros while the Colossus is repaired. I do not anticipate any resistance. Who would refuse refugees, especially one eager to help correct the problem? And as I have stated, we have no choice but to go, for life in Telestia will shortly become unfeasible. The problem of transporting the dead is an extremely challenging one. Many of them, removed from their familiar surroundings, will grow disoriented. 3 at least will find it impossible to adapt. So I've decided to leave them behind. Oh, this is why they are still here. The first is my own servant, Armas. He has been with my family for as long as I can remember. Although his thoughts are clear as the best of the dead, he is simply too frail to undertake the journey. I'll leave him here where he is comfortable. The second is my nanny. Lately she has fallen the victim of repetitive behavior, that of reading children's stories over and over again. Should the book she loves be taken away from her, she is despondent until it is returned. Not only will she be useless to us where we are going, I doubt you could survive the trip intact. Last is Jethro, one of the crop workers. He's among the most physically well-developed corpses that we have, but his brain's like a sieve. He waters his crops as if they were still growing, as if there was still water to pour on them. If he is instructed to do something else, he will perform that task for a few moments only to wander right back to watering his crops. We can't spare one of the living to supervise him, continually reminding him to accompany us, and we haven't time to train one of the dead to do it. So it would be best to leave him here. An ending. I'll leave these notes for you to find, reader. Their purpose is to shed light on who we are and where we have gone. What do you do so that you will follow in our path? Do not remain here. Life is impossible. Follow us to the core where we have a fighting chance. And the book goes boop. And we know that it's finished. Ah, nice. And we have indeed uncovered a new location. Excellent. Alright. I believe this is where we can leave off for tonight. And I will thank you all for hanging out. It's been a whole lot of fun. We made a lot of progress. We finished off the Realm of Fire. And then we came to the Realm of Stone, which is, I feel, much more fiery than the last. Heck yeah, Izzy. Thank you for being here. It's always nice to have you here along on these adventures. It is definitely something I love sharing. And also great to have you here, Dr. I'm very happy to have met you, and I hope to see you again later. For now, I think we will find somebody else to raid. And yeah. I'm gonna be doing a 12-hour stream on Friday. Oh dear. I've still got a bunch of stuff to prepare for it, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Gonna be a lot of fun retro games from the community. I've been working to make sure that everything actually works. It's surprisingly tricky in many cases, but yeah. I think we're gonna have a good time.